We're so excited to have Kelly Beyer. Kelly, we've known each other forever.
Oh,
Uh,
yes.
so, what would you do if you had angels appearing to you and getting countless messages from them? Is it possible?
Mm.
Everyone can do this.
This is true. This is
You
true
just
because
have
I
to find
really,
a quiet space.
yes. And even just breathing in through your nose and holding it for a moment and breathing
Right.
out through your nose, that balances your left and right side brain. And they're able to come in so you're not overthinking or overly on your intuitive side either, you know?
Right.
So for
Exactly.
me, I feel that guidance since I was about 3 when I had a lot of, I guess, what other people might say unusual things happening.
Right.
But like I had not met my grandmother. I was adopted when I was 2 days old. And so I didn't meet my grandmother till I was a little older. And, I'm not a doctor or anything like that, but I meet her. We're at the
Mhm.
hospital and I say to my parents in the car, grandma's lungs are sad. And the next day she died of lupus. So
Oh,
my mom was terrified of that. My dad pulled me aside and said, "Tell me everything." So the way I grew up was to secretly, if you want to say, cultivate it. Does that make sense? But I could
sure.
always sense and feel things. And even I still have the little pieces of paper from when I was little. I thought the angels that came to my room at night, I thought that was everybody. Right. And then I started talking
Yeah.
to other people, and my dad is like, "Not everybody's like that, Kelly. You're sensitive." So really, I did grow up. I think one of the reasons why I can read people so well is I grew up, don't say anything, yet my other parent had me sharpen like a pencil. Does that make sense?
Oh, you were
Yeah.
fortunate you had at least one that had you sharpen that pencil. I
Yes.
I grew up in the generation where zip it girl.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah,
Oh,
no
yes. And
no voice.
Yeah.
yes. And I know this might sound harsh, but I'm going to be totally honest about it. When my mom had 4 brain aneurysms in 2006, I will tell you the type of person that I was. Even though I was doing sessions and, connecting with people and already having my own business, everywhere I worked as far as a 9 to 5, the same thing happened. My boss, the owner, I read everyone. I couldn't help myself, but I didn't like being secluded. I always felt like an animal in a cage, and I couldn't take it. So when my mom had her brain aneurysms and she had one side of her body, she had a stroke, she couldn't speak. My intuition that night went rampant because I was no longer going for her validation. And I mean, I can honestly be real about it because I wanted that, but then I was free, so to speak.
Yeah.
And
Yeah,
my intuition
she
went,
held you back. Yeah.
yes, because she would say, it's funny to think about it now, hindsight. She would say, well, that seems wishy washy to me. I mean, can you get health insurance working with the angels? And I would say, Mom, I help somebody heal cancer. I work with people with ADHD, diverticular out. And she was like, so do you get health insurance? What you
Jeez.
see? But you know what I mean?
Typical mom answer.
Oh,
Oh
for
my God.
sure. For sure. Especially somebody
Okay.
from the 50s, right?
Sure.
Who was just protective of me. But,
Of
so over the
course.
years, I'm over 10,000 sessions at this point. And, I work with normal people, do individual sessions, but I teach a class, once a month, and we meditate and bring the angels in. And, I'm certified in over 22 modalities, which, like spiritual, it doesn't mean anything to me, to be honest with you. Who I am is who I've always been. So
You
now
know,
I'm,
that's wonderful because between Joanne and I'm certified in
yeah, and it doesn't,
I,
and honestly, I
Who
hate
cares?
saying
I
it.
know.
I'm certifiable. I tell people.
Oh, I know I am. I know I'm in the love of my life will tell you, okay, Kelly, you
Uh,
hear or see angels?
Mine will also. But Kelly, I want to
yeah.
backtrack because it's funny. You answered the first question I was going to ask you before I asked,
Perfect.
which was
Good.
any significant incident that happened in your life. But so you did have this with your grandmother. At what? Let's go back. You
3.
started at a very young age to see spirits, see
Yes.
people,
Correct.
all different things, guides, and that. Did you have anything in particular that you remember that happened to you? And I'll just backtrack because when I was born, I was checking out as an infant, and
Yeah.
I
I
get
That's
that.
became Joanne also.
yeah.
So
Mhm.
I think that escalate, brings you.
Yes.
I don't have recall of that, but I always had deja vu every day growing up, as you energetically just knowing thing. Yeah. So
Yes. Well, and I will tell you that before I was 8 years old, I had 6 different times that I almost died.
Okay.
Wow, see,
So,
there's
okay,
something
and my
to this.
dad, so you see what I mean? Talk
Yeah.
about bye, bye, bye. And I mean, we're
That
talking dead as in a softball hit me once. I was dead as a doornail. My cousins carry me. My dad resuscitates me. Another time I choked on food. My dad, who was a volunteer fireman, it was my dad every single time.
wow.
And he was the one who believed, you see?
I'm getting,
Yeah.
I'm getting,
Oh
I'm
yeah.
getting,
Mhm.
look at my hairs are
He
standing.
was your
Yes,
angel.
because
Oh my
then
Look
you
at
God.
my
might know
hair
I'm,
standing up.
yeah, it's
That's
good because you know,
confirmation. This
yeah.
is your angel.
That
Ooh,
means the world to me. Yes, and even another
ooh,
time
angel.
as a young child, I was bleeding. They couldn't figure it out. Took me to the hospital, take the test. I was so afraid. All the electricity, boom, out. My mom says to me, then the bleeding stopped. And so my mom says to me in the car, she's shaking me, don't ever tell anybody what just happened. I'm like, okay. So I get home and my dad takes me for a walk. What happened? I'm like, that's what happened. You know, and he always said, it's okay, Kelly. You know what I mean? He was never
Ah,
afraid of it, you
yeah.
know? So,
He understood. He knew.
yeah,
He probably had his
even
own experience.
I guarantee, even when he passed and we had him cremated, I put a little Archangel Michael on his ashes. I mean,
Oh,
you know, he just, to me, looking back, even the fact that I was adopted when I was 2 days old, let's kind of think about that. I know I'm not from here. I don't care what anyone thinks of that statement. When you know,
yeah.
you know,
Right.
you know,
Exactly.
and
And
even
Kelly, oh my
yeah,
gosh, you and I go way back. It's
yes,
got to be 25 years.
yes, I
We
agree.
were always next to each other in these spiritual shows like Body, Mind,
Yes,
Spirit. And
yes.
you made the most incredible high vibrational jewelry, which this is to this day, Cal. If anything happens to this piece,
Your lights are flashing.
yeah. By the way, everybody listening, if you see my lights flickering on and off, this only happens when I do this podcast. So it's the angel energy in here.
It's
It'll just
us.
keep
It's us.
it'll keep
Yes, I
flickering.
get that.
But
That's
Cal,
oh,
I got this from you when we did light workers at the Marriott
oh
on
my
Route
gosh,
50.
yeah.
This is going way back.
That was when Dolores Cannon was there.
Dr. Samir Osmanagich was
Yep,
that one.
yep.
But I'll tell you, and I know you don't do these anymore, do you? This is all
Not
Swarovski.
really, but you know what? It's been tugging at me to do it
Oh my
because
God,
it's,
please do it.
I
love
will.
Get
Kelly.
that.
Kelly.
Yeah.
Hello. Hello.
Arlene would buy one
I
right
love.
off the bat.
Yes, I will. And I do them custom, and the energy is just for you. So
Okay,
it
I
has
want one.
okay, okay. And I
No,
love
this people
it's
stop me in the street, Kel. I'm not kidding. They
I
stop
believe
me.
that. I believe that. It's just I have, and you know what? It's one
Wow.
of the simplest things to do, at least from me, to
Yeah.
have a person or a client have that with them. And the reason why that I did this Swarovski is a long time ago, before my dad passed, I was by the river with him. And what would happen is clients would say to me, I want something to take with me. So at
Yeah.
first I was using rocks, like in other words, I'd go by the river and pull a rock. And then I heard in my, mind's eye, Swarovski, had no idea what it was. Then I did research. I was like, whoa, it's the highest man-made crystal on the planet. And crystals are made for programming them.
Yeah.
So the angelic frequency, because I tried rose quartz, I tried rocks, that it would disintegrate. Like angelic frequency is 850 megahertz or more. So it can't hold in a stone.
Exactly.
Normal crystals have their own frequency. Swarovski doesn't. You can yeah, I
Exactly.
traveled all
And
over doing that.
did you Swarovski, the main place is in Austria,
Austria,
which
yes.
is where all my ancestors are from.
That makes
So this
sense.
has
Then.
like
Blinking,
double
blinking,
meaning.
blinking, blinking.
Blink, blink, blink.
I
The
knew
angels
it
are
would
so
happen.
excited that the three of us are together. I
Me
can't.
too, me too. And look at
They're
Joanne's
going.
is really
They're going
flickering.
bananas. They're going bananas.
Yes,
Oh my
this made
God.
me. I've been wanting to do this.
So please get back.
I promise. And I love doing it. And I love doing custom pieces because it's only for you. And I connect
Right.
it with the higher self. So that's the part of you that will help you that the earth part can't. Does that make sense?
Of
The part of us
course.
that's like, I have to pay my bills. Your higher
Right.
self was like, she needs this.
Right. And at those shows, you would be selling like crazy, but
Oh,
you
yes.
always hold somebody in your booth and we're doing energy work on them.
Yes.
I'm like, that girl's a healer.
No.
She is so much more than just a jewelry maker. This girl
Oh, yeah.
is.
That was like my cover. So even when I do
Exactly.
sessions now,
That was your
yeah.
cover.
Yeah, it was my cover. I would
I
say
get it.
so. Just an excuse to get out there. But you know what? Remember
Exactly.
when people would stand by the booth?
Oh,
Okay,
yeah.
so it was filled with, the Swarovski jewelry. I mean, people would sweat. I would always have chocolate because, I mean, some people got fainty. You know what I mean? Because if you're
Yeah.
not used to angelic frequency is unconditional love on steroids is the only way I could describe it. And even makes me want to cry now. Most people cannot handle that level of love. Even for me
Exactly.
personally, in my relationships, and I cannot help it. Until I was over 50 is when I met my person. So to me, all I went through in my life, and I'm being serious, I don't, this might sound egoic, I'm not going to lie.
Yeah.
Most people cannot handle it.
Yeah.
Angelic frequency for my clients, they can take it. But
Yeah.
on the personal aspect, not everybody is grounded enough or healed enough or who has done the work. Angelic frequency makes people very emotional.
Yes, it does.
Right? And if the person can't progress, I cannot stay. Does that make sense?
Yes.
Totally.
I cannot
Well,
because
Totally.
I will become ill.
Yeah, for them to come, we have to raise our vibration because we're so dense in this environment.
Yes.
Our earth plane. So we have to rise up, and they have to lower to meet us, because if it just come in, it would pulverize. It would
Yeah,
pulverize.
thank you. Thank you for
Couldn't-
describing it in
couldn't-
that way.
We couldn't
Yeah.
handle it. We'd be disintegrated. We'd be like,
Exactly.
Yeah. And that's why I try to explain to somebody who might want to go deeper. Angels, even what's depicted of them, right? So you go to a
Mhm.
church and they show them with that little halo. Now I'm just going by what I know, and this is soul level. That is a joke. The way they portray, they make it very small. That is not what they are like. They are immense. A human would literally kaboom.
yeah,
So when
Yeah.
you're connecting with the angelic frequency, it's why when I go places, like George will say, I've never like everybody everywhere you go. It doesn't matter if I go to the gas station. It doesn't matter if I go to the Target. Like I'm not doing anything. But once
Right.
I became,
you're a magnet.
You're a man. Yeah.
You're a
and I
magnet.
don't do anything. I swear to goodness, I
We're
don't
all
try.
magnets.
I know. But
I was
you know
just
what? It is also love.
yeah,
Real love. People
Right.
are terrified of that, are
yeah,
they not?
yes,
Yeah.
yeah.
They are.
And it's why
And
I'm a good healer.
people just come. I was
Yes, you don't have to do anything. Which
Exactly.
yes,
my,
like
my
not
it
long
drives,
before.
it drives my husband crazy. I know it drives John too.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah. Yes, because
Oh my
George
God.
is an Aquarius and he's a CFO. The opposite of me. So even when we met, he was like, "What do you do?" And I said, "What do you do?" And I honestly used to, I mean, this is gonna sound mean, but it's true. Used to make fun of CFOs. I'm like, "Oh, my wrists hurt from counting my money." And then I met George and I fell for him like this. Kadoom, I said, "Oh my God, all that, that I've talked all this time. That's what I
Mhm.
get." But I mean, we went on our first date for 30 hours. We haven't left each other. To
Wow.
me, he can handle, he doesn't seem overwhelmed by me for some
Yeah,
reason.
Kelly,
Wow.
that's like me and my husband, my current husband. I'm on my third. Yeah, and this is it.
Oh, see, yay! I've been married more than once. I'll have
Yeah.
George watch this later. So go ahead.
Yeah. So no, it was just like boop, like this. The
Yeah.
same thing
Yeah.
from the
Well,
time.
what's your sign, Arlene? What's your
I'm a
sign?
Taurus.
She's Taurus.
Me
Yeah.
too. Me too. See, I see it in your face. Yes. Okay. And I know
Same
Joanne is a
trend.
Pisces. I know she's a
and
Pisces over there.
we're blingers. We're blingers.
Yeah.
'Cause I love
Yeah.
bling. I love bling.
Me too. Me too. It's necessary because you want to know why. You know why we're drawn to that? It's not just what you're seeing. That's who we are.
Exactly.
Energetic beings, magical beings, having a human experience. And we come down here in this meat suit or whatever you want to say. And how does it reflect? Like we were not raised like, okay, even like my grandkids. Okay, one is 12 and one is 8. And the 8-year-old is a Virgo. When I met George, she looked right at me and said, he's the one for you, Gamma. I know you've waited a long time, but it'll be
Aw.
fine. She was like,
Aw.
but you see what I mean? But she's very, very intuitive, and my grandson is 12. When he was 4, he told me, when you work on people, your wings come out and
Oh,
they're like a
Oh my
rainbow.
gosh.
But see, we weren't raised like that.
yeah.
Yeah.
It was funny.
I
I was
know.
in the pool. I
Well,
was in the pool with my younger granddaughter, yes, but they're older. They're she's a teenager, and she says they were talking about tattoos. So I was saying, "Oh, don't get tattoos." Anyways, but they're
Yeah.
good. She goes, "Well, don't." Grandma, she goes, "Don't you have one? Don't you have angel wings?" And I said, "My wings are right here." I said,
there
"Look
you
at
go.
Don't you see them sprouting out? And she was,
Mhm.
yeah, you're cray cray.
No, these kids
But
are really connected.
So
Cal,
Yes.
I'll tell you.
let me
My
ask this, Kelly, because I know you have 2 daughters. So are your
Yes.
daughters, with your intuitiveness and your connectedness, are they connected to,
Absolutely. I would
so
absolutely. Like
they
I have a
good.
yes, I have a 32-year-old who is very much when we speak, we sound the same. And people think we're sisters. I'm just adding that because that makes me feel good. But anyway, she she does what I do, but in a different way. She
Okay.
connects with the earth. I would say she's more what I would consider old school, like, she does little protection jars and she does readings for people too. And she's
Oh,
very
wow.
powerful, but she will tell you, you want the angels and unicorns, you go to my mom. You want me to tell you, and I won't say the word, what the is really going on, come with me because she's not afraid to go to
just
the
direct.
heavier stuff
Direct.
where
Okay.
I'm sensitive.
Oh, that's
Right
awesome.
now, my 18-year-old, my youngest, she has autism and she's not verbal, but that does not mean that she cannot read or see things
Wow. Is
because
that
she's
Natalie?
that's Natalie. Yeah,
How
so
old is she
Lauren is my
now?
she's 18 years old.
No way.
I know. I know. It's
18.
so crazy.
Those
Yeah.
are
Oh
the
my
ones that are
gosh.
very gifted.
Oh,
Uh,
facts. She
Yeah.
has,
Sh-
from the time she was 3 and I figured out what it was, even though I didn't know what autism was,
Right.
I watched the bus drivers, her teachers, the people
Mhm.
around her. They are
Yeah.
very special people. They don't make that much money, okay? But they are
Yeah.
sent. Like I watch who's always watched Natalie because I have to let my daughter go into this world and not be able to tell me I got teased, I got this. I just have to
That's real.
load her up, I would say. And she's a Taurus also.
Oh,
So,
wow.
so
Nobody's going to push her around.
no, oh no, nope, no, and even her body frame is thicker, and I understand why. Does that
yeah.
make sense?
Oh,
I know
yeah.
what if you watch a lot of autistic kids, the boys tend to be beanpoles and the girls are not. Just
Oh,
kind of pay attention.
interesting. I
Mm-hmm.
wonder
So
why that
yeah,
is.
yeah.
Wow.
Well, from my perspective, I guess you would say, like Natalie, her birthday is 4/21, which she's coming in on Aries. Okay.
Oh,
Woo.
jeez.
So you watch the
421. Wow. I'm 424.
Oh, are you? Oh, okay. And see, I'm 5'7", so I'm going a little, but see, you have
Oh,
that
my
Aries
daughter's
energy.
5'4".
Oh, whoa, you have two Tauruses in your house
Oh,
too.
wow.
Huh?
Wow.
Yeah. She's a Taurus too.
And
Yeah.
my husband's a Taurus. Same birthday as
My
Well,
Arlene.
but that
birthday.
keeps you safe, Joannie, because you know that your husband, he
Oh,
works, he makes sure you're
he's the
okay.
grounder.
Yes. Well,
He
and George
grounds
is
my,
too.
yeah.
If
Oh
it
my
wouldn't
gosh.
be,
John and I are birthday buddies. We have the same
are,
birthday.
Yeah. Same
are
birthday.
you kidding me?
Yeah.
Oh,
So you're telling me that your current husband is also a Taurus?
oh no, Joanne's
No,
husband.
Oh, Joanne's
John.
husband. Oh,
We,
okay.
my
John's
All
husband's
right.
a Gem-
424.
my husband's a Gemini, but
There.
he's
Wow.
we are one. Listen to this: 1 month, 1 day, and 1 year apart.
Well, that makes perfect sense. There's the one. I mean, you see, like in my family,
Yep.
my birthday's 5/7. Lauren's is 2/7. My grandson is 7/25. All of us are sevens. There's no exception to that. You know.
Wow.
So when you
Interesting.
start paying attention to things, isn't it
It's
mind
Oh my
blowing
wonderful.
gosh.
That's
how it's
what we tell people. There's miracles around us every moment. There's
every second?
if we just
Yeah.
acknowledge when listen to this, listeners and viewers, listen to this. When you start acknowledging these little breadcrumbs, the more of it you'll be seeing.
Yes,
Exactly.
because it
Or will come
accumulates.
to you in all different ways.
And it only
Exactly.
takes a moment. It only takes a moment. Okay. When I do, what I do individually is called angelic soul healing. So, what that means to me, and, that was what the angels told me to say back in the day.
Yeah.
I see someone's soul before this. I've been at events before and done healing on somebody, and my old business partner would say, "Hey, who was that?" And I would honestly tell you, like, I couldn't say if it was a man or a woman. I mean, you understand me? Or
Sure.
maybe I could define that, but not what they were wearing. When I go in the zone, I see your soul first, which is why I
Yeah.
can see what other people don't even believe about themselves. Because the
Yeah.
angels have no limits.
Sure.
That's why I love that. Because whether people say I'm naive, I don't care. I see the unseen and I
Exactly.
can bring it into, and one of the things that I do with every person is I do lineage clearing. Nothing is more important.
Oh, yeah.
Nothing.
Look
Because,
how many beliefs have come down through the line. Oh my gosh.
yeah, and even think
Crazy.
about it. Your great grandparent, you
Yeah.
might not have met them. That's
Right.
only been in the last about 150 years.
Yeah.
That's not that long. So let's
Right.
say your family came from the Depression. Okay. And then
Yeah.
they had your mom and dad, and here's you. No, you're not living in those times, but yet your parents could have said to you, there's still food in the fridge.
Yeah.
Don't throw away that sweater. Do you know what I mean? And you
Exactly.
could be living on an income of 600,000 a year, and yet that's in your DNA. So
Those
then there's
beliefs go
you.
way back.
Yeah,
Way back.
that is what I feel is one of the strongest things that I do is the lineage clearing, because
Yeah. It's
I've had
important.
people, it's
So
not
important.
yours. It isn't
No.
yours,
No.
but yet I say we're born with a backpack, right?
Yeah.
And it's
Just think of
empty
those
as
superstitions. Oh my God, alone.
yes, in itself. Well, yes, even with money, what do people say?
Oh,
Money's evil. Money,
get rid of
but at
all
the same
evil,
time,
right?
it's called a cross purpose. So if you say, I would love $2 million, and right away what comes in? But people who have money are rude or are
Greedy,
jerks. Hmm.
dirty.
So then your higher self goes, well, which is it? Which is
Yeah.
it? So then it'll stall, and then you think, see, I'm being punished. No, no, that's
Right.
not it. Even karma, people think karma is my ex is gonna get it. Even though I can say on the funny aspect that can be true, karma
Yeah.
actually means action, right? You
Right.
give love, you'll get it, not
Mhm.
necessarily from who you want.
Right.
I've learned that it comes unexpected. You
Exactly.
know, it's
Those
just, but you
gifts
see
come
how
back
we,
and yeah.
yeah,
Yeah.
it always does come back just at a random time. Like maybe you get pulled over and they let you go, and I'm like, thank you.
Right.
You know
And
what
it's
I mean? Or
usually
even
not how you expect it. So,
and even opening a door for somebody.
oh my
I
gosh.
had a man
Yeah.
at Target. I'll never forget this. I was going in there. I came from the gym, so I'm sure I smelled like a sweaty armpit. I'm just being real, right? And the door was supposed to be automatic, but it was jammed, right? And he looked very sad and frustrated. So I stood in front of the door and I pushed my foot, and I had a medical boot on up to my knee. So I really shouldn't have done that, but it was very durable. I'm like, so I kicked it. He looked at me and said, I can't believe you did that. And I said, why? What am I going to do? I'm already in a big boot. What's the difference? So he looked at me and I said, not everybody's evil. I was just playing. And he looked at me and he started crying. Then we sat down in the little area with the popcorn, whatever. And he said, I
Munchies.
told God if no one looked at me, that today I was going to kill myself. But he said, and I ran into you.
Oh my gosh.
But you see,
Oh,
Here's standing up.
that's how
Here's
they work.
standing up. Here's standing up. I'm showing you
Exactly.
guys this.
because
Listen,
she does not
Exactly.
lie.
it's
Aw.
confirmation. This is confirmation.
And I'm glad. That makes
Right.
me feel so happy. But you see,
It's those, yeah.
being kind is free.
Exactly. You
Being
never know. Like you could just be friendly to somebody picking cantaloupes in a grocery store,
I'm
and because you paid attention to them, they might
yeah,
not have.
that's all they needed, because
That's
you
all
know
they
what it's like
need.
when someone smiles at
Right.
you?
Oh
There's
my
chemicals in
gosh.
there. Yep.
Chemicals.
And
I
you know
smile at
what?
everybody now. Yeah.
I do too. And you know what else?
Everybody.
When you watch a miracle, like let's say
Mhm.
somebody does a random proposal in public and
Yeah.
people are watching, right? Do you know that the chemical of the person getting the ring, it's high, but the people watching it,
Watching.
it's
Yeah.
higher. It's
Exactly.
higher because they're like,
Yeah.
oh, look at that. Yeah.
It's that
So
serotonin levels go
go.
bananas.
So now I have
Yep.
a downside of this. So you're dieting, you're really watching your food content, and then you watch food shows and you see the chocolate cookies and everything, and you put on 10 pounds. That's what I
Well, I've learned, okay, because since I met George, I my weight is more than it has been, right? And I laugh about this. I mean, he cooks steaks for me and just things I don't even know. Okay, shrimp, whatever. Okay, and so we
well,
were
you're
laughing about.
lucky. Oh my
I
God.
know I am, but you want to know something, and I'm not making this up. Before I met him, I was definitely at a I don't believe it anymore, but I prayed so hard. I was bawling when I did this. I said, God, angels, universe, send me somebody who loves to cook and loves to do the finances. I don't want to do it. And all my friends, that's ridiculous. You're never going to get what you want. And I was like, I thought that
Yeah.
was BS that they were being like that, because I helped
Yeah.
many of my friends attract their soul person, right? And I thought that just seemed crappy to me. Looking back, even my whole circle of friends, when I met my person, it changed. And I thought, wow, It shows you who really does care about you.
Exactly, sister.
Okay, and I learned that, so I said, "Okay, everybody,
Exactly.
bye." Because
Yeah.
I know George less than 10 days, and I went in the hospital, and I was in the ICU, and my body was in DKA. That means bye-bye. And he didn't leave. I told Joannie this. He didn't leave. I was there over 30 some days. He didn't leave. And what he said to me was, "You're my person. You're my soulmate. You're not leaving. We're going to do what we have to do." And it's the first time I gave over control.
Girl.
Because even my older daughter said, "We've been trying to help you with this, but you're so bullheaded." And of course, I'm like, "No, I'm not," which is hilarious. Okay. But it was
Not
true.
me, the Taurus, no.
No, what do you mean?
Yeah,
But isn't that so?
Mhm.
Who would have ever believed me going into the hospital and dying actually brought my soulmate in? I mean, it seems ridiculous, but not to me. I'm
Wow.
like, that's what it took.
Yeah.
So what?
How'd you meet him, Kel?
On an app?
On an app. Oh,
Yeah.
okay.
So, which
Wow.
one?
Bumble.
Oh,
Bumble.
mine was Plenty of Fish. It was a free one.
Plenty of fish. Okay, yes. And Bumble, the reason why I like Bumble is the girl has control. Like, in other words, if when you go to swipe, if the girl doesn't like you, nothing happens. Do you know what I mean? And
Yeah.
when you ask a lot of men, one of the reasons why they do it is they said, "Well, if you message me, I already know that you're interested." You know what I mean?
Yeah,
Yeah.
yes. I bet yeah.
Yeah.
Wow.
But I
That's
remember,
interesting.
yeah, you can't make that up.
How long have you been together?
Almost 2 years now, and I was
Oh,
52 then,
wow.
So
that was very recent. Yeah.
Oh,
But
wow.
if you add the 5 and the 2, it's a 7. So I knew I met him at end of cycles. In other words, no more baloney, if that makes any sense.
Wow.
And I was a single mom for 14 years, and it's not like I didn't date or whatever, but come on. Do you know, people could not handle me. Just it's the truth. George, he wasn't even phased. He wasn't phased. He's like, "Look, this is what I want. This. When he got a different job, we're moving, we're getting out of here." And I was like, "Oh my God."
Oh,
Like, it
wow.
was his decisiveness. He didn't flinch or give me an inch either. Like, he still laughs about it. He's like, "I wasn't going to let you get away." And I thought, I really love him for that. Like, I felt like I
Yeah.
dropped in my feminine, and I hadn't been. When you're alone and you
Right.
pay every bill and you don't have somebody, there's nothing wrong with it. But you go into hyper masculine
Yeah.
independence mode.
You have
And
to.
then
It's survival.
it is. And then someone tries
Yeah.
to help you and you're like, no. But
Oh,
with
my
him,
gosh.
my friends were like, "What are you doing?" I gave him a copy of my driver's license. "Here's my bills." I didn't have any. I knew as a CFO, he was like, "You don't have any bills?" I'm like, "No." I mean, I didn't. Not even a credit card. He's like, "Are you serious?" So I know he had to look at me and find that humorous because he
Yeah.
deals with millions of dollars. And I didn't even have one credit card for like 3 because after going through like my divorce, I just decided I don't ever want debt again. So and I live off of like my sessions I have since 2006. So
Yeah.
like, many times I get tons of clients or like I have some VIPs where I'll work with someone for a year, and do 26 sessions. That's more like VIP. It's women a lot, but there are some men that will
Right.
do it because, hey, let's say
They're
your
coming into
business.
the fold. Yeah.
Yep. And let's say your business is doing well, but like your wife hates your guts. Are you really that successful?
Oh, God.
I'm not afraid to go on there. Or what if your relationship is okay, but your business, like you're struggling? I mean, you have to find a balance and it can be,
It's the balance.
yeah. I don't even know if I'm balanced. That's why I was laughing when you guys said you're certified in the beginning. I'm like, I told George right away, I'm not like other people. And he's like,
Oh,
yeah, I know that's true. But why would you want to be? I'm not a sheep.
exactly. No, we're all different. We're unique
The
fingerprints.
first conversation I had with my husband, I said, "Well, you're talking to an angel, don't you know that?" It's a wonder he didn't drop the phone down and run.
Oh, my
Well,
gosh.
George was very good about it. He just said, okay. But later, he's like, I said, he's highly intuitive too. So even though what he calls it is, I'm reading people's body signals and whatever left brain you want to say, he's the most intuitive person I've ever met.
Yeah.
Ever. He read me like a book.
Oh,
That's what
wow.
made me, and he's like, look, you're looking younger. Look, your eye color is changing. And just the questions that he asked me, he's like,
Yeah.
why would somebody like you be alone? It doesn't make sense. And I'm used to like idiots. Do you know what I mean? Where I control it. And I was going, so I texted my friend, oh my God. Because I never had somebody see me.
Right.
And he was like, so when And actually, during the day, I had a session with somebody in another country. I sat in the car with him on my phone. Now, mind you, I don't ever do that. My oldest daughter even said, "You don't let me," but I just told him, "Don't leave, just be quiet." So we're sitting in his car and I'm on the phone like this, doing a
Oh my
session. And
gosh.
afterwards, he said, "My car is filled with electricity. Like, what
Oh,
in the hell what do you do?" And I'm like,
wow.
this. So do you see
This,
how that was different for me too?
oh
Because I
yeah,
protect my gift and I wasn't like not taking that session serious, but I
right,
also never cancel, you know?
sure.
So, but he just said, my car is like filled with electricity. He's like, what the hell? You know what I mean?
Oh my God.
So it just, that's stuff you can't make up.
So Cal,
Yeah.
what are your plans for the future? I mean, I hope you're going to be writing some books, girl.
Yes. As a matter of fact, I have several started.
I
Okay.
was going
And
to say,
I
you have
do
to have some started,
I have
but
so many stories,
geez.
yes, and little
Yeah.
short books of how simple it is to connect,
Yeah.
because people think, well, I can't do what you do. It has nothing to do with it. We are innately this
Mhm.
way,
Right.
right? When you think about your gut feeling, I tell people, somebody invites you. I know people don't do this anymore. Back in the day, to a Tupperware party, and
Right.
you go, okay, you go, but you know that feeling, and then you
Yeah.
go, you're like, "Oh my god, I got roped
Uh,
into it." So,
right.
or you go to someone's home and you can feel in your gut, it doesn't feel so good in here.
Right.
So once a month when I teach my angel classes in Lombard at the Gathering Lighthouse, I do a meditation with everyone for 30 to 40 minutes. And then I do individual, if you want to say little readings. The power of a group is why I'm very magnetized to that. I've been doing that for 3 years and I don't miss except when I was in the hospital like last year. So for me, I'm trying to reach m more people, if that makes sense, at once, because I
Right.
do like little private gatherings and stuff too, but it's just about letting people know that this is natural.
Exactly. We're born with this innate gift, but people tell us, oh no,
It's
they
just
look
a
at you like
sense
you're
of
nuts
remembering. So just a sense of remembering
for
who.
remembering.
So,
Yes,
Exactly.
yes,
Kelly, I want to ask you something, and
anything.
I don't want to put you on the spot, but
Oh, you can.
because we're going to be wrapping up, I forgot to tell you,
Okay.
you know, too long. Do you have any messages that you would like to share today with our viewers and our listeners?
Oh, sure. Wow, I wasn't expecting that. Okay, let me
I mean,
just
if
get
you want to, if you don't want to, that's
Oh, absolutely. I'm not, I could care less. If I can share with somebody at a gas station, because I'm a medium also. So, I can sense,
Yeah.
I don't know. George always says, aha, you see dead people. I'm like, actually, I do. Not the way people think, but okay. So the frequency right now in the universe is very thick. Okay.
Yeah.
A lot of what is going on now, this is just a little personal note from me, and the rest will be the message. I don't watch the news. If something is meant for me, it will come to me. I know. So you already know. I know, Arlene. Like we'll have to connect outside of here, Arlene. Okay, but there's nothing short of distractions for underlying things that are going on right now. So when you see, and I'm not political, I am not religious. I
Right.
believe everything. I don't care about that. But I'm saying so the distraction level that they're going to make people argue with each other or be racist. This is all goes back thousands of years. It's very easy to distract people when you try to take their money, try to take their food, try to take their freedom. Very basic. Even when COVID first hit, and I was like, look at the root chakra, everybody. People are freaking out about toilet paper. Don't you see what's happening? But people wouldn't, right? So just know that right now, the shift is right on the edge,
Oh yeah.
which is why things seem so, if you want to say ludicrous, does that make sense? Where you're
Yeah.
like, is this really our president? Is this really happening? A lot of what's being shown to us in the news is not true. It's manufactured.
Right.
Okay. It's like the telephone game and it's getting worse as it go. And I know I'm laughing about it just
no,
because
it's true, especially with the AI happening. You just
yes.
Right. And news
Yeah.
was never so biased as it is now. It's
No,
ridiculous.
remember, first of all, at
Oh,
one time it would only be a couple times a day, period.
yeah.
Now I don't even flip it on.
24.
And when I see how people are dressed, I'm like, oh my God, this is like a club. I can't believe what I'm seeing.
right.
But know that the amount of light workers or
Mhm.
whatever you want to say, higher frequency beings is higher now than it's ever been. Okay. We're
Right.
being observed from all of the other galactic, whatever you want to say,
Mhm.
and we're further than what was expected. So that is why it's very, what are they saying, at a critical mass right
Okay.
now. So even staying a little isolated as a light worker brings more power to the collective. Like I've had to go that way where I used to be, where I let a lot of people have access to me, if that makes sense.
Yeah.
And I've learned that I need to be careful, and we all do. So right now, if you're feeling the overwhelm or anxiety that you think is yours, most of the times it is not. So I do a lot of collective return to sender. Okay.
Okay.
And also soul retrieval to bring back parts of your soul that you need now. Now, there's parts that we don't need, right? It's old,
Yeah.
right? We don't need to bring back stuff that's been healed, but there's also times when we overgave or sacrificed or put ourselves last or, became a part of a commune that maybe wasn't healthy, whatever. We've all done it all. Otherwise, people on
Right.
earth right now, this is an honor to be here right now,
It is. Yeah. We're in the
right?
shift. We're in the shift, baby.
Yes, and you can't stop the shift, but
Yeah.
sometimes I used to think we had to like get out in the community to help, but you don't. I'm not saying it isn't important, but that inner work,
Yeah.
like when you do a healing, don't you look at everybody different? Your husband, your kids, the girl. I mean, it's really powerful
Yeah.
and understated doing your self work. I mean, people don't want to do it. Well,
Right.
why do you think? It's the shadow part of us that's needs the help too.
Yeah. They all want the answers on a silver platter. Give it to me now. I don't want to do the work. Just tell me what I
Yes,
have to
or
do. Right.
yes, or tell me what my gift is.
Yeah.
It doesn't work like that. It
You.
doesn't work. I mean, I don't mean to laugh. And I tell people, I learned what I'm telling you now 5 minutes ago. It's no lie. Like my life, the stuff that has happened to me, you couldn't make it up. But I
Yeah.
also know everything I've learned. And I can be honest with that I have learned a lot. I have a lot of different jobs, a lot of different connections, and it's all led to this moment, which is me learning I have to go within and I owe it to myself and the commitment
Exactly.
I made to come here to be
Right.
clear in that way.
Yes. Exactly. Well,
So
that's
just remember going within, and I know it's so hallmark, but I'm serious. Going within, take a drink. You know what I
exactly.
mean? Like hydrate,
You're more
sit down for
powerful
a minute.
than you even realize. Oh
No,
my
oh my
God.
God, this has been so
Everybody has
wonderful.
to quiet themselves, folks. Listen to what we're saying. I mean, get away from the electronics. Get away from
Right.
Put your feet in the yard.
Yes. Go
go to
go in
the
the woods.
water. Go
Go
to
sit in the
people are
woods.
attracted to the ocean because the salt water. If you can't do that,
Ooh.
put Epsom salt in it.
Yes,
Yeah.
I buy it by the 10-pound bag. I really do.
It clears,
Because yes.
it
Mhm.
grounds you. It just even doing your feet, you get so relaxed.
Yes, in
Yeah.
just 2 seconds. It's small, I wanna get a bigger one. On my bed, it's maybe, I don't know, 20 inches. I'm not good with by 12, where you plug it in, to the wall like a little grounding mat.
Oh, the
Ooh,
grounding
does
mat.
that help?
Yeah.
Oh,
That helps.
cool.
But this has been amazing, ladies. I'm sorry, I know
Yes.
we
Thank
have to
you so
wrap
much.
it
Oh my
up,
God. This has
Thank you.
been
but
So we'll
fabulous.
have all of Kelly's information listed below because
oh,
Kelly's
Right.
still
wonderful.
doing sessions and readings for people.
Yes.
Yes.
So
Yes,
we'll
yes,
have
because I do it
all
over the phone or the video. It makes no difference. Energy goes around
Energy
the
is
world 50
energy.
times.
we
Exactly.
know
Yes.
that.
And
So
thank you,
that'll all be listed.
Joanne,
Oh my
for
God. It's so
bringing
good to
me to
see
your
you.
beautiful friend. I already knew Arlene. I could see her ahead of time. I'm like, wow,
Oh
she's got
yeah.
the gold and the silver energy very braided. So that's
Yeah.
how I know. To me, what's been shown to me is whether you say God or Christ consciousness is the gold, the angels are
Right.
the silver. So I knew anyway. She's your friend. Come on now. But I knew it. I was like, oh, because here's one thing I did pray, and here we are. Yes. Oh, I'm so glad. That
Oh.
makes me feel wonderful. But I always say, God, angels, universe, when I really want something, send those to me
Right.
that are ready and willing to do the work and can afford it. Now, when I say to people, they think I mean money. That's not what I mean. I mean, are you going to do the work? It's
Right.
not about the 250. You know what I'm trying to say? I'm not saying that the money doesn't help me monetarily, but what I make from one session is not going to change my life. Are you going to do the work?
Exactly.
And don't ask me something like, well, my boyfriend didn't text me. Now, mind you, I will work with somebody like that, but that's not, then I always do the inner work. And I've had women by the end say, oh, I shouldn't be in this relationship. I'm like, because what did I do? Cleared her old patterns.
Right.
So even though at the beginning she wanted me, he's a jerk, he's not, and I'm like, hold on. And then you start looking, and I'm like, okay, well, your dad was absent and this and this. So you're picking somebody like him. So you're going to say he's a jerk.
Yeah.
Okay. He doesn't give you what you need, but he came in because the universe wants you to heal that ding ding.
Exactly.
So
Exactly.
I love doing sessions. I never get tired of it.
People
You know?
don't realize that when we keep getting the same, I'm just talking, say, relationship. Let's just take that.
Yeah.
Mhm.
But it could be anything. It could be a job, friendship,
Yes.
whatever. But if you don't heal, like you said, that aspect, and you break
Repeat.
it off, you
Repeat.
don't heal it. It's going to come to you again. The package may be wrapped a little differently.
Barely though.
A little different. When it opens up, guess what? Bingo, you're right back where you were.
Yes, and that's
Yeah.
why you will see people that you see, let's give an example, a girl who picks the same type of guy. Now, whether even you look at him and go, still has dark hair, but what? Still an addict, still drinks, still, you
No.
just see what I mean? It's nothing has changed. It's just this guy that probably lived 2 houses down from your ex. You know what I'm saying? But when you do the work, like you think you have to heal the outside, you're not healing him.
Right.
You're healing your pattern, which drew that. And even
Exactly.
on a soul level, you asked him to come. So
Exactly.
that's what happened, especially very deep relationships that people can't let go. I'm like, you don't understand if it's not working. When you finally get your person, this is what I've learned. You look back at old relationships and you say, it never worked then. The struggle, the trying, when you're with your person, it works. It's not that you don't have work and you ascend together. Whether, like, let's say one day I'm at 10% and I need George's 90%, then it works. Maybe the next day he is barely at 5% and
Yes.
needs me to come.
Yes.
But when it's the wrong person, it doesn't matter. You can overlove, overgive, and all that happens is you feel like garbage and you don't feel good.
Right.
And then it
Exactly.
breaks, and everyone's all, oh, I can't believe it.
What
Well,
you just said, what you just said was very important as far as the percentages, because I always say everywhere, we're here, I feel we're here to lift each other up,
yes.
the light in each other. And someday I'm up here and you could be here, and then other days you're here, and it's a battle. Here we go. The battle.
Yes. Yes, and that's why when people, that's correct, Arlie. And when people say
Honor,
50-50, it's not.
Yeah.
It's not 50-50.
Yeah.
You're lucky if you're both at your 50.
Yeah. It's rare, but
Yes, but
this has been fabulous.
So fun.
Yeah.
It's
Oh
so
my gosh.
Thank you so
So-
much, Kelly. It was great meeting you. And
Oh, it was an
Yes.
honor. And if you
Well-
guys need anything or anyone, just
we'll
they'll
have
give
you
the
back.
information.
We'll have you
Yeah.
back.
We'll get you
Oh,
back, girl.
Please
We'll get you
do.
back.
Please do. That'd
We
be
want to
wonderful.
thank everybody for being here. Thank you for
Yes.
watching,
Thank
for
you.
listening. And as I tell everybody, get out of here. I'm pointing to my head and drop into your heart space. Always come from your heart.
Oh, too, that's what I always
Right.
say right there. I always say, what does your heart say? And people will
Yes.
struggle with that. Well, my heart says to leave the job. I'm like,
And
because
listen.
your brain
Yeah.
and heart coherence is very powerful. I say, listen, when a life comes and someone is pregnant, do you listen for the brain? You listen for the
Right.
heart, because that's the first thing that goes to do, to do, to do. But people forget that, don't they? I mean, think about it. You don't go get in where you're listening for the brain. Do you know what I'm trying to say? But look how much power.
Yeah, feel. So always
Alrighty. So, yep.
beacons of light that you are, shine it and send it out there because all need it.
That's right.
Yes.
Come
Yeah.
and
like-
every Wednesday at 11 o'clock. Joanne,
Subscribe, please. We're on YouTube.
Oh, God.
Tell
yeah.
your friends. And leave comments. Arlene and I love to read the
Yeah.
comments.
Yes.
We're archived. Go to Beacons of Balance. All the
Yes.
videos that we've done are archived there, so you could go back and listen. The first
Right.
Wednesday of the month, I always do a prayer healing meditation for the world.
Right.
Oh, yes, that is so crucial. I do that too. Like every Thursday, I do what I call global healing, which is when I'm kind of going silent. And sometimes I connect with, and you just send it out there. It does make a difference.
Yes.
It does. Okay.
Thank you. Thank you,
Thanks,
Kelly.
ladies.
Love you.
Thank you. Love
you.
you. We'll
Bye-bye.
talk soon. Thank you.
Bye, everybody.